Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we are doing one of my favorites, our scrunch butt bikinis. These are all the things that you'll need: a ruler, a hip curve, a loop thread turner, scissors, a rotary cutter, and a marker. Let's get started. If you do not need to make this pattern, you can skip. I'll put the time on the screen and you can skip straight to sewing. I just like to start out with a straight line. I'm making the top right now. I'm making a mark and it'll be 3 inches is what I'm measuring. I'll also mark the halfway point. I need a vertical line. I'll do about 5.5 inches. 2.5 inches up on the sides. So these are just guesstimates. You can kind of do however it is that you want to do it. But I'm just, doing what works for me. And I'll use this curve ruler just to make that point at the top. And then I'll do a 1/2 inch line, and that's just for us to fold. And that's it. That's really all you need for the top. So now the scrunch butt bottom, I'm just doing a straight line. I make this so simple because it just doesn't need to be hard. I'll make a mark. And I'm doing about 1.5 inches, and then I'll mark the halfway point. This is where the crotch will be. I'll make a vertical line for 8 inches. And then horizontal, I'm just kind of extending the line right now. I messed up because I don't know what I was doing, but right now I want this to be 3.5 inches, so I'll kind of do 1.75 on one side, 1.75 on the other. And then we're just connecting. If you want it to be more curved on the sides, we can make that happen. I'll just kind of mark 1 inch out on both sides. Take my curve ruler and just connect it. Sometimes you'll see it way wider on the sides. You might see it straight up. It really just depends on the design that you're trying to make. It could be straight down or wide on the sides. Now we're going to the back. I'm just making a mark, and I want it to be the same thing. It's 1.5 inches, and then I'll do the center mark. I like to make the back a little bit longer than the front, so I'm doing 8.5 inches. I'm doing a horizontal line at the top, and this is 8.5 inches. You do not have to have these measurements. You can do what works for you. Measure yourself, or you can make this and see if it fits. If you want more coverage, if you want less coverage, it's just up to you. And then I'm just connecting these points. You can curve it higher at the top if you want it to be more cheeky. If you don't want that much coverage, just bring it in more. But that really is it. And this is your top, your front, and your back. I love this fabric. I had a different style than this, but that it ran out. I couldn't find it anymore. This one, it's like I like the print, but it has so many bad areas. So I am cutting it out and I'm just picking good areas. That's the bad thing with these fabrics. So I'm just picking good areas. And yeah, you cut out the pattern that you created, and then you'll use that. You can use your rotary cutter, you can use your scissors and cut out that pattern. And this is what each piece looks like once you cut them out. You'll take the back, you're really just connecting it right sides together, and then you'll make that seam right there. And then the top, this is how you will sew it, and from top to bottom. Let's get started. If you want more in-depth or more in detail, definitely click the link below. We have patterns if you don't want to create these patterns on your own. We have patterns for you. You can do it. You can adjust them to how you want to adjust it. But yeah, definitely support us. All links are down below. Also, you do not have to have all of these things that I have. You really just, you can use a home sewing machine. If you have some fold over elastic, of course, that is what I use. If you sew more, then there are different ways that you can sew this bikini. This is how I sew them. This is my preference. But yeah, you don't need an industrial machine. You can use a regular home sewing machine. I have videos to show you how to do that. I started on a home sewing machine. Everything I did was on a home sewing machine. I still, till this day, use a home sewing machine on things. Like everything that I'm doing to finish my looks, to finish my bikinis, are still on home sewing machines. So it can definitely be done. You can still give that quality on a home sewing machine. This is the moment y'all been waiting for. So I will fold this in half because I need the middle mark, and I will snip. It's just a small snip, nothing huge, just something as a marker. The reason why I'm doing this, because I want to put elastic right there. I will cut maybe 9 inches of elastic. This elastic is 1/4 of an inch. And I want to place it right in the middle. So I will run some string out. Of course, you need the string for the side in order to tie it. You can do 18 inches, 20 inches. If that's too long, you can always snip it and knot it. But yeah, I will run string out first. I will connect this right here. And then I just kind of keep checking to see where that snip is. When that snip comes up, I will place the elastic there. And then I'll continue sewing. And this is what it'll look like. I like to match the length, make sure they're the same exact length, but it's maybe between 18 to 20 inches. It really just depends. Sometimes that's too long if your waist is really small. Once that is done, I am just running a piece of string. The string will probably be about 40 inches. And I'm running a string because I need a string to go under my bust to tie the top. When we're done sewing it, we need to scrunch it. And I'm just doing a straight stitch, just a straight stitch. And I'm going to stretch this as I'm sewing it. I like to see if it's not as scrunched as I want it to be, I'll pull it harder. If it's too scrunchy, I'll loosen up a bit. At the bottom, I'll just do a back stitch or a bar tack. And this is what it looks like. You can scrunch it as much as you want to scrunch it. It just depends on how hard you're pulling the elastic when you're sewing. This is the top. Once again, if you want more details, definitely buy our patterns below. It comes with an extra video that will give you more details. You will use this loop turner tool to pull the string through your top. And there you go. This is what it looks like. We always make sure to check everything before we mail it out. But yeah, I appreciate you all. Look how sexy this looks. And it's so simple. It's so simple. It doesn't take me too long. It doesn't take up too much fabric. The scrunch is super sexy. It may look like it's a lot of coverage, but on a lot of people, it's really not. You got some cheeks out. You definitely got your cheeks out. But thank y'all so much for supporting me. If you want to see any videos or want to learn anything else, definitely let me know in the comments. I'll always look forward to hearing from y'all. If you have any questions, let me know as well. And we appreciate you. Thank you.